right, good morning, everybody. Let me know when you guys can hear me. Check one, two. Okay. All right. Well, obviously we gapped down overnight. Oil is the big story this morning. It is, where is it? Is it back to 100 yet? Where is my oil? Hello. Okay, I thought I had it on here. Thought I was watching it here. There it is. Duh. Okay, so it's just right under 100. So that thing gapped up to, it was like 107 or something like that. I think that's the big story, obviously, that's going to affect everything. VIX is over 30. So needless to say, it's going to be extremely spicy. The low for the NQ here is 24,000, the 24,000 roundy. So it dipped down into this, and unfortunately this happens overnight, right? And you're not sitting here staring at it. You don't trust it. You're not just going to jump in front of that when, everything like that's going on. But that's what you anticipate coming out of here, right? The last time we were down here, well, my chart doesn't go back that far, but it was like November. And so this whole zone here should act as some support, you know, underneath it gets probably really ugly. The gap fill on the NQ is like 618, so 24,618. And on ES, it's crazy that, we're 400 off the lows. And we're, 100 off the lows here. And the gap fill here is 67.30. So 67.30 gap fill there. Can they do it? It's a big move, right? So ES, got to launch 50 plus handles to do that. Previous day low is sitting right here as well, which is 67.15. So needless to say, I'm going to let this thing open up and, you know, kind of get its bearings a little bit here and see how we want to roll through this thing. As far as it goes on our macro chart, this is so this green dash line here on both of these, that's the 200-day simple moving average from the daily chart right there. So obviously you want to see a 200-day hold. It has not been tested in a very long time. I think in a year. So here we are. And remember, this is when people freak out, panic sell, overreact on both sides. So again, I think we're just going to be looking for a couple trades. I don't know how many trades we're going to be able to capture in my first hour with you guys. Just depends on how this thing's going to go here. Weekly open seems to be important to the NQ at the moment. Weekly open on, where is it? Did I not update it here? Give me 1 second here. I think I've got it on this chart. Yeah. So the weekly opens are going to be something to watch. 66.85. Let me make sure I got that updated here. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Yeah, it obviously turns into a dip buy at some point. But who knows, you guys? Who knows? This is but if they're going to hang out above this, if they can hold this, then they can move. So let's see. So look, if this thing reaches up into this, just this is a blind fade from below. But I don't know about blind anything in this market, you guys. I really don't. We'll keep an eye on this AD here too. So gap down and um, so back above -60 kind of kills the trend down situation. If this thing stays below -300, it helps it. It's a big OR for ES too. You just have a lot of geopolitical things that could also hit the tape today. So just make sure you're using stops if you're going to trade this stuff. I think that this is where this is the deal. So now you have cash and the weekly open sitting on top of each other on NQ. There's those. And I really want to see it like show its hand here in terms of breaking out or breaking down. Inside of this could be just a waste of time. It's all about oil. It is all about the crude. So 500 acting like some resistance. All right, here we go. Oh, crap. Hang on here. I do, excuse me, I do think 5 minute OR is probably better in this environment, but mm, um, it's like, let me look again. This is 67.30, and the gap on NQ is 618, right? 618 would fill the gap. This is not going to be, this isn't helping anything here because you've got two, well, I shouldn't say that. Let's wait to see. I get, this is hard to trade. It's hard to trade ES with an 8 ATR, but AD keeps getting worse. So I almost need a badge for crude at this point. You kind of really want to see it. If we're going to like dump out here, we want to see it back, this bar close under this. But the market might be a little shell shocked here. It might be like, what the hell just happened to me? You got a big old, just a big opening range here. Hmm. Hmm. Just a lot of vol, not really going anywhere at the moment. I mean, you could probably be scalping some of this stuff, but if we stay outside of this, we just did a lower low on ES. Oil printed 119. All right, that kind of showed it right there. So it's just not clean. It's just really sloppy. You don't really want to see big candles, and a 5 minute didn't close inside of that, right? All right. So I want to see if we can break this. If we can get under this, that opens up the 200-day again here. So now, the short is basically like a 36 up to 450. So we want to just, and VWAP's all the way up at 472. So I'd like to see if we could get a 36 there. And again, you're going to have to use a no. I'm going to trade these three micros with a 20 handle stop. But I'd like to see it, get back up to 36 there. What's the OR low? The OR low is 24. See, the 12 is it's just such a beast, this marker. TR is 46. Yeah. So we want to see a test of um, a weekly open here. Target is basically down here, 380, 388. It's just going to go there without us. Ultimate target is going to be, down here, this 200 day. All right. Aggressive short is versus the 412 here. I'm a little cautious though, because if we take this low and it rips, that's a problem. All right. Now we got to wait and see here. It doesn't have the feeling, in my opinion, it doesn't have the feeling of a dump out at the moment. But again, we're 400 handles off the lows. So and I'm not saying I'm going to buy it. There's our sweep right there. So let's see what they want to do with it. So we got targets of 362, 342, 333 down below. I don't want to short 88. I guess I freaking missed it right there. That's a 26. Damn it. Damn, damn, damn. Oh well. Gonna be plenty of trades today. Market's been open 10 minutes. I'm reminding myself as much as I'm reminding you. Because see, if you get a big old wick in the body of a candle up here, all that is was them taking this low. But the bears are in control under cash and under the weekly open. It's just a matter of us picking our spots. So the theme here is that if 412 holds, we're going to 333. And I just didn't push the button quick enough. Damn it, Tony. All right, so the puts on Qs, if we're going that route, is the 594. I don't know why. I don't trust it to the downside. I don't know why. I mean, for like an all day downside type of thing. And the other thing about a day like today and the VIX where it is these premiums freaking expensive. All right, this is important right here. We have no econ on the schedule. So we've got NQ testing the hourly midband from above. ES lost the hourly midband. It's into this quarterly pivot. This sets up the 406 if it can bounce. The way it's going, though, it's just me, right? I think it just doesn't feel like it's a dump out all day. I don't know why I'm saying that because it certainly looks bearish. AD has gotten more negative. Hmm. Man, mine. All right, let's see what this bar wants to do. Now, and again, look, we're going to have econ, or not econ, sorry, headline risk in this thing. Excuse me. Now, that dome's not helping anybody. So I would like to see a proper test of the bottom of the OR here. When you get these big impulse bars that do these higher highs like this, you just got to wonder what's on the other side of it. Is it going to produce a big old wick and then close down here? I'm not saying it can't do that, but it usually doesn't do that, right? Tricky stuff. White House, NATO, I mean, just take your pick on headlines. I was too slow to grab the '06 back through there. Coinbase says that futures contracts are now available in the Coinbase in Europe. They're trying to do everything. They are trying to do everything. Their predictions markets, you name it. All right. So here we go. Let's see what happens here. Come on, MQ. Go finish the job up there. Give us an 18. Give us an 18 or a 26. It's putting in a higher low here. Would love to see a 26 or a 33 here. Excuse me, to sell. Just a VWAP short here, basically, and a expect or not expected move, sorry. The bottom of the OR. All right, I'm going to short the 96 here if I can. I mean, you got to be so lightning fast with this right here. So 88.96 still has potential to move 50. Come on, you stinkers. Right back down to the just a 50 ATR. So you miss one and you got a 50 handle bar basically coming up next. All right, here's the 200 day. Still need to print a 33. Still need to print. Well, these are 50s, but 50, 75, I'd like to see a proper 50 test. All right, there's the 33. I really had no urgency to try to catch stuff in the first 30 minutes today. When when you have a 30 VIX, you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of let it open. So I really would have liked this. I was trying to be too perfect here. Not a long. There's no longs here yet. So you want to think like, 77 if we're going to go crack this 333, but this is the 200 day. So maybe we just sit here on the 200 day. I don't know. ES's 200 day is all the way down to 66.17. And not for nothing, that's a pretty big bar right there. The long lives up here. If they can reclaim the weekly open, we got a chance at that. It's not one of those markets where we're buying from above and selling from below with a 50 ATR. It's just not. I thought Russell was going to go limit down yesterday, last night rather. It was down like 6%. This thing, it just doesn't, it feels like it could rip. I don't know why, but it just really it does. Feels like it could rip to the upside here. All right, that's a breach of the 200 day. All right, so it's I'm just so if I put this chart up, I don't know what you guys want to look at, but if I put that, I don't think that's very useful. Maybe it is, I don't know. Um, it just seems really busy with a 52 ATR. So you got two tests of 77 there. Oh man, that was a nice little head fake down right there. So like I said, 88, 96. Problem is they start taking out these lower highs, we go back here. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. This thing just feels like it could rip. It feels like they're baiting the shorts big time. Um, I just don't like anything. I don't like it. Just sitting right here on this 66.58. All right, there's an 88. I think this thing tags the roundie here. So we've got VWAP on the 12. So you've got on a roundy test. So if it tests the 400, which is crazy because it's 60s. Come on, NQ. Stop being so spazzy. I did miss these entries though, for sure. Come on, man. By the time it does all this, it's going to rip through there. So you getting that feeling like they're going to do that. This feels like it wants to rip now. Yeah, got to be careful here. Got to be careful here, you guys. That could just be the washout and then jam job to the top. I'm going to go ahead and go with what we see on the screen here, and I'm going to short this 96 from the roundie. All right. So if you're in it, you have an even stop. I would be even now. And you're targeting at least 62 here. And if they take you out, yeah. uh, If they take you out, they probably want to jam this a little higher. Yeah. So let's see if we can get a 56 here. I'd like a 56. If we can get a 56, I'll take it. Yeah. And I don't think it's gonna be that easy, but we'll see. And the only reason I'm saying 56 is because of the hourly midband sitting right there. Come on, baby. If you missed it, the alternate or secondary entry would be an 88 here. See, the ES is just not, it's just stalling out big time here. All right, there you go. There's 56. So I don't know if that was good guidance at all, but 96 did a 56 on 3 micros. So 40 handles. I don't know if it owes us anything else at the moment because of this right here. And another 96 probably comes over the top. But you guys hopefully are understanding kind of where my head is in terms of um, what the anticipation would have been from an overnight session like that. What you would look for. We're not getting that. We're not getting rents repeat to the downside here, right? We're just not. All right. So I shorted 88. I don't trust it at all. So I'm going even. I'm short 88 and I'm out. Just that quick. I don't trust it here for a short. So I'm going to wait. Back to the roundy. I want to see the 12 get a look. 18 and 26 still have potential here as shorts because they're under the OR. Ah, look, just wow. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Cancel it. It had that feeling, you guys. It just had that feeling. Okay. I'm letting this bar close. Again, if it closes above this, they got a problem. The Bears have a problem. We're back in the OR. Yep. So now the aggressive long is versus 12. So, and I mean aggressive. So you're talking 36 or 26 here. They had no interest in taking that lower. You could feel it. You could absolutely feel it. So if you overstayed your welcome on that side of the tape, you're not doing too well. $500 has potential now. So we'd love to see a 46 here. We could. The AD hasn't budged on this, by the way. So let's make sure this is not just some stupid headline. Yeah, it is. Would like a 36 here. I really would. 77 pushes back on ES. All right. All right. So you guys, there's news hitting this thing. I don't know what I'm just backing away from this market right now. I'm not bidding for this stuff. I'm wanting to do this stuff on back throughs. I don't know what's going on with this thing. So that was pretty nasty. I agree. I really think it is. So then I think we save our money and our the dome is just not even tradable. I think it's just a invitation to get smoked. But you just want to see the roundy hold up here. There's something, it's reacting to something. I don't see a headline. All I see is France finance minister says strategic oil reserves. I don't think it's that. I think it's just oil. Yeah, I think it's just oil. Because I mean, let's just zoom out for a second. What have we done? We haven't done much here. See, this is not that clean. If this were hmm, how can I explain? This should have taken out this high right here, one of these, before it did that. So it's definitely the crude effect here. Crude just popped like $4, $5. Jeez. Woof. Yeesh. Sorry, not worth my money, you guys. So I'm not going to trade this. Was able to catch one 40 handle trade and then even out, which there was some slippage. So I probably lost a couple handles there. But this is danger, danger. Will Robinson type of stuff here. ES, I mean, in hindsight, 77 just it did exactly what a 77 should do, right? So think about this in the context of a Nasdaq for my Nasdaq folks. I know not a lot of you folks even touch Nasdaq, but um, just think about that, in terms of what we have here. We have and the first signal was this signal, the bar closed below the 50. That means we should move to 33. I don't know what that is. Let's get rid of that, right? We should move to 33. So the pop to 77, it just disrupts this situation here. But that's what a 77 should do, at least, from the bottom. And what's the low or the high here is 79. So basically a 477. This is 1,000 handles, by the way. This 477 here is 1,000 handles below where we opened this year. Now, this is interesting because if they put in some wonky double bottom here, and come over the top of this, they will run the bears the hell out of town. So they need the bears, they need to keep their foot on the pedal here. I'm going to grab a coffee and I'm going to watch this. I'll be right back. All right. There it is. There's the lower low. So I still don't see a headline. It's just all oil, though. You ain't going to rally with oil doing that. All rallies will be faded with that stuff. So this is the 200 day on NQ right here. Just when you're like, hey, you know what? Let's short a 56. Then it just there's so much movement here. Damn, big time. So here, I just want to kind of, since I'm not really looking for anything at the moment, I think this thing settles down. I think it settles down into a tape that you can book some handles with. I just think this first half hour is going to be just dicey as all get out, and it is. It already is. Um, what you want to see though is you want to see. So this is pretty clean to start, right? So you get a spill up, you get a pullback, you get a lower high, and then you get a nice lower low, right? And so it takes this low, and you would anticipate something like this from that. That didn't happen, right? So it wasn't a liquidity sweep. They actually went after this low. So they took that low. And then you got kind of that sweep action, but it didn't go anywhere, it left the lower high, right? And then they take this low right here, which I think is the deal, right? They take this low, and when I say take it, I mean they go below it. But look how far they go below it. And then they take it back. This is the higher low. What needed to happen in this? So if you were a buyer right here, okay? If you were a buyer right here, if you said hourly midband, sweep of the low, We've reclaimed the 200-day. I am along here. Your target's this. It didn't get there. The target is this right here, one of these, potentially even where we came from. So this is just a byproduct of oil. So you guys can do what you'd like, but to me, this is more tradable. Obviously, the ES. To me, this is we got to get out of here. And I mean either we need to convert the 200-day to resistance and really move down, or we got to bust up here and hold a few bars up here. It's just really a big chop fest inside of this 100 handles right here. Just a big chop fest. This could be the day too. Who knows? This could be what we do all day. Just, a whole lot of false starts. And I was just looking, I'm like, you know what? Let me short the 88. And it just went to 62 immediately. So I'm cool. I'm going to sit tight. It ain't worth our money. It's not worth my money anyway. You guys can do what you'd like. If you guys feel like you have an edge, you see a trade, it's on you. Because when I look at like the first half hour, so here, let's go over here to this hourly chart and look at it from that context. So if you were a guy, if you were a trader that uses hourly charts, what do you have here? Do you have opportunity here? Is there opportunity there? Would there be opportunity if this was a 5-minute chart? That's really the question, right? So here's your half hour bar. So this is the half hour opening range, right? So this is our initial balance. We do not have an imbalance. We do not have a break above nor below. As a matter of fact, we're slamming all over the place inside of the first 30-minute range. Are there trades to be had? Absolutely. Are you going to go, good trade, bad trade, good trade, bad trade, good trade, bad trade? That sucks. That's not trading. So that's why I'm not doing anything. I'm looking at these longer time frames and it's not telling me anything. To me, you guys, it's just not a tape to sit here and take a bunch of freaking entries. It's just not. Pick your spots, you know, settle in, mind your risk, take your shot. Right? It's either going to be a big old plus 50 or it's going to be a minus 20. So you got Trump on the wires right now. You got Trump on the wires right now. He's going after freaking everybody. Now he's going after Australia. He was on CNN last night saying Cuba's going to fall. It's like, bro, what is going on? What are we doing here? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know what the Australia thing is. I should probably read it before I say it. I just see that he said Australia's making a terrible mistake. Humanitarian mistake. Oh, by allowing the Iran national women's soccer team to be forced back to Iran. Okay. All right. I can agree with that. They probably don't want to go home. Give them asylum, is what he's saying. So, okay. All right. He's not going after Australia. But you just don't know with these headlines. Like, what's with I don't understand the Cuba thing. Any geopolitical folks under like what's in Cuba? Why are we messing with Cuba? So I would say, um, by the time Corey gets in here with you guys, Blake maybe, but by the time Corey gets in here, you should probably have a pretty tradable tape. VWAP keeps shutting it down. But what I'm learning through this 2026 tape is less is absolutely more. Less is absolutely more. That's that's not good right there, by the way, for bulls. Where's our next settle? It's way down there. The next settle's at 6,000. Some big old bars. Then back to the bottom of the OR. Yeah, see now this has potential to move up to that high up there. If they hold the 36 from here. Yes, through VWAP. Yeah, this has got to be more news hitting this thing. So super aggressive long is versus uh is versus 312, 412, sorry. So 36, we're back to that, right? You got to do this stuff on a back through. Target's 500, target's actually 526. Let's see if we get a 33 here. Here's our 36. All right, so if 33 holds, I'm going to buy 36. All right, I'm long 36 here. I'm looking for 500. I'm going to go even stop on a 50 test. I'm going even. I'm not using that, Willie. Nope. I'm doing manual when it goes up 20-ish, I'm going even stop. Right now I'm long 3 at 36, and I would love to see the top of this wick up here. So I'd like to see an 88 or a roundy. We should get that. We should totally get that. Right? I think we get an 88 here. Come on, push. Get to the chopper. We need a 68. Need a 68. Been a minute. We've actually seen last week we had 70s. Come on, give me a 68, man. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. What a mess. What an absolute mess. Hmm. I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna try it one more time here. 36 back through. Nah, I'm gonna cancel it. Let's let this bar close. 26 would be better. Yeah, this is somewhat violent. Yeah. So never mind. That was fun. That had a chance, you guys. It really did. It really did. That's what we want to see. A high, a push above, a close above. You buy it. Let's go. Ah. Market's really confused here. There's no doubt about that. Just really whippy. Yeah. So that bracket, the bracket I'm using is this bracket right here, the NQ swing bracket. Risk 20 to make 50 on 3 micros. That's all I'm doing. No break even. You got to do a manual break even when it goes your way. So it was 56 or 36 rather, and I went even when we saw what was it, 50 or 56-ish, 50. We're back outside the OR. So that means 26 is a short if it shows up again. But you guys, we haven't gone anywhere. So even though we're getting these big outbursts, that's a 113 handle, 2 minute candle. You're getting these big outbursts, they don't go anywhere. So that makes it more dangerous. It's wonderful. It looks fantastic if you sold this, if you bought that, all right? But you get caught in the middle, no bueno. This looks like a big no trade zone right here, you guys. Really easy to overtrade this tape today. So just my idea in this market, until proven otherwise, is less is more. Looking for bigger moves, just a few of those a day. If we can capture 3 of those trades a day, even on micros, you can put a little day together. If you feel froggy, trade a single lot ES based on the same logic. Trade a single lot NQ based on the same logic. The ES swing is risking 5 to like risking 7 to make 20. I would move that to 7. Oh, you got Corey this morning. I thought Blake was coming in. So you got Corey this morning. So maybe Corey can maybe the thing will calm down enough for you guys to do something. Just be careful. Very, very spicy tape today. Right? A lot of it's hinged on what oil's doing. and it's just kind of falling in on itself. It's like, it's like that drunk uncle falling down at the barbecue. Pick him back up. Ah, he's dropping again. Anyway, all right, Corey, I'm going to give it over to you. Corey is the host. You doing all right, Corey? We good?
So far, tentatively, we'll see. But we're off to expect to move along off the 2470, and a couple times three times it's worked. So that's what I got going on for the moment, amongst all the other stuff.